Everyone is chasing Nvidia and AMD. Their chips are the headline. But here's what most of that coverage is missing. Those chips are completely useless without a second component stacked directly on top of them. A type of memory called high bandwidth memory, or HBM. Here's the physical reality. A modern AI GPU can process data unbelievably fast, but that speed is worthless if the memory feeding it data can't keep up. So chip makers now stack memory chips vertically, directly on top of the processor, connected through thousands of microscopic wires. That stack is HBM. Without it, a state-of-the-art AI chip is a Ferrari engine with a bicycle fuel line. And right now, the global supply of HBM is completely sold out. Most suppliers are booked solid through 2027, with some contracts extending into 2028. The handful of companies that make this memory are growing faster than the chip designers they supply. Today on Future AI Stocks, I'm John A.G., and we're breaking down the three companies sitting directly on top of this bottleneck, the real numbers, the real qualification battles, and the real risk that comes with owning any of them. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Think of an AI server like a high-performance kitchen. The GPU is the chef, brilliant, fast, capable of extraordinary things. But if the ingredients can't get to the chef's station fast enough, none of that talent matters. HBM is the delivery system. It sits physically stacked on the GPU package itself, and it's what allows Nvidia's H200 or Blackwell chips and AMD's Instinct accelerators to actually use their processing power instead of sitting idle waiting for data. This is why HBM has become what investors call a picks and shovels play. During a gold rush, the people who reliably make money aren't always the miners. Sometimes it's the people selling the shovels. Every AI chip, regardless of who designs it, needs HBM. That gives the memory suppliers leverage that chip designers don't always have. And here's the part that makes this a genuinely different investment case. Getting your memory chip approved for a GPU platform isn't automatic. Each supplier has to pass rigorous qualification testing set by Nvidia and AMD, and passing late or failing entirely can cost a company an entire product cycle's worth of revenue. That qualification race is exactly what separates the three companies we're covering today. Stock 1, Micron Technology. Micron is the only major American company left that makes computer memory. Samsung and SK Hynix are both South Korean. That alone gives Micron a unique position in a story that's increasingly wrapped up in national supply chain politics, and the most recent quarter was, by any measure, extraordinary. For its fiscal third quarter, ended in late May 2026, Micron reported revenue of $41.46 billion, up 346% year over year from $9.3 billion a year earlier. GAAP net income came in at $28.24 billion, with gross margins jumping to roughly 85% from under 40% a year ago. Free cash flow landed around $17 to $18 billion for the quarter alone. Management guided next quarter's revenue to approximately $50 billion. The driver behind all of it is HBM. Micron's HBM3E and HBM4 products are sold out through most of 2027, with demand already extending into 2028. The company has also started shifting away from selling memory at spot prices toward multi-year strategic customer agreements. Deals worth a combined $22 billion, including $18 billion in upfront cash deposits from customers. That's a meaningfully different, more predictable business model than the boom-bust commodity pricing memory has historically been known for. As of early July 2026, Micron trades in the $975 to $1,050 range, with a market capitalization above $1.1 trillion, up more than 240% so far in 2026. The stock hit an all-time high above $1,213 in late June before pulling back alongside the broader chip sector. Now, here's a name worth knowing for balance. Hedge fund manager Michael Burry, the investor known for correctly calling the 2008 financial crisis, publicly disclosed a short position against Micron in early July 2026. His argument isn't about Micron's current quarter, which he acknowledges is genuinely record-setting. His argument is about history. Micron has experienced 34 separate drawdowns of more than 30% over the past 42 years, and the stock is currently more extended above its long-term moving average than at any point since 1984, including the dot-com bubble. Wall Street's own consensus price target sits well above the current price, around $1,486. So this is a genuine ongoing debate between bulls and one very well-known bear. Not a settled question either way. Stock 2, SK Hynix. If HBM has one dominant global supplier, it's SK Hynix. According to Counterpoint Research, SK Hynix controlled roughly 58% of global HBM revenue share in the first quarter of 2026, and reports indicate Nvidia has allocated close to 70% of its HBM4 demand for the upcoming Vera Rubin AI platform, specifically to SK Hynix. Well above what the market originally expected. That dominance comes from being first. SK Hynix shipped the industry's first HBM3E product and put its HBM4 mass production system in place back in September 2025, giving it a head start on yield and reliability that competitors are still working to close. And here's the news that makes this stock timely right now. SK Hynix is going public in the United States. The company is listing American depository receipts on the NASDAQ under the ticker SKHY, with trading set to begin July 10th, 2026. Just days from now. The offering is priced to raise up to roughly $29.4 billion, one of the largest U.S. listings of the year, with underwriters including Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, and J.P. Morgan. On fundamentals, SK Hynix posted record quarterly revenue of roughly $35.5 billion in the first quarter of 2026, with an operating margin reported north of 70%. Extraordinary profitability for a hardware manufacturer. Despite that, the stock has reportedly traded at a forward price-to-earnings ratio of around 8 times, notably cheaper than many of its U.S.-listed AI-adjacent peers, though that gap may close somewhat once the NASDAQ listing gives international investors easier access. The company has also warned that the HBM4 shortage is expected to worsen in the second half of 2026 as customer demand continues outpacing supply, which, from a pure supply and demand standpoint, is a tailwind for pricing power, even as it highlights just how tight this market really is. Stock 3. Samsung Electronics. Samsung is the most complicated story of the three, and that complexity is exactly what makes it interesting. Between April 2024 and September 2025, Samsung repeatedly failed Nvidia's qualification tests for its HBM3E memory. Reported issues included heat and power problems that took roughly a year and a half to fully resolve. That delay cost Samsung real revenue during the entire Blackwell chip cycle, while SK Hynix and even Micron captured share in its place. But HBM4 tells a different story so far. On June 5, 2026, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang publicly confirmed that all three suppliers, SK Hynix, Samsung, and Micron, have now passed qualification and are shipping HBM4 for Nvidia's next-generation Vera Rubin platform. For Samsung, that's a meaningful recovery. Current estimates put Samsung's overall HBM revenue share at around 21%, roughly tied with Micron, with projections from research firms suggesting Samsung's share could climb toward 28% to 30% as HBM4 volume ramps through the rest of 2026. Samsung's story right now goes beyond just memory qualification, though. In the first days of July 2026, Samsung stock jumped roughly 8% after reports that AI company Anthropic is in early talks with Samsung to manufacture a custom AI chip evaluating Samsung's 2-nanometer process. Around the same time, separate reports surfaced that Meta is considering commissioning Samsung for a custom AI chip order, reportedly worth more than 10 trillion Korean won. Neither deal is confirmed or finalized. Both are still in early discussion. But together they point to a broader turnaround narrative for Samsung's contract chip manufacturing business, which has trailed TSMC badly, holding roughly 7% foundry market share against TSMC's 73% as of the first quarter of 2026. On top of that, Samsung's semiconductor division posted operating profit of roughly $36.1 billion in the first quarter of 2026 alone, and the company is reportedly planning to raise DRAM prices by up to 20% in the third quarter of 2026 as demand keeps outpacing supply. Samsung is genuinely the wild card of this group, the biggest company by far, with a track record of both spectacular catch-up runs and expensive multi-quarter stumbles. Let's be direct about the risks, because this sector just demonstrated them in real time. In the first days of July 2026, memory stocks experienced a sharp, sudden sell-off. Samsung and SK Hynix shares both fell more than 9% in a single session on South Korea's Kospi index, triggering circuit breaker trading halts before both stocks rebounded sharply the very next day. That kind of swing in either direction is a preview of what memory stocks can do when sentiment shifts. Cyclicality is the core risk. Memory has historically been one of the most boom-bust industries in all of technology. Michael Burry's public short against Micron is built entirely on this history, 34 separate drawdowns of more than 30% over 4 decades. Sold out through 2027 is genuinely true today. It has also been true right before previous downturns. Qualification risk is real and company-specific. Samsung's 18-month HBM3E qualification failure shows that passing today's tests doesn't guarantee tomorrow's. Any of these 3 companies could stumble on a future memory generation the same way. Valuation risk matters after runs like these. Micron is up over 240% in 2026 alone. These are not undiscovered stocks anymore. A lot of good news is already reflected in the price. Capacity risk is the long-term wildcard. All 3 companies are investing tens of billions of dollars to expand capacity. If that capacity comes online faster than AI demand grows, today's severe shortage could flip into an oversupply, which is exactly the pattern that has ended every previous memory cycle in history. Here's the frame for everything we just covered. All 3 of these companies sit on the exact same choke point, but each represents a different bet. Micron, MU, the pure-play American producer with record-breaking current financials, but a stock that a well-known short seller argues has run too far, too fast. SK Hynix, the dominant incumbent with the deepest Nvidia relationship, now opening itself up to US investors for the first time. Samsung, SSNLF, the scale wildcard, still proving it can execute consistently, but with the broadest set of catalysts beyond memory alone. None of these are recommendations. All 3 are worth understanding as you continue your own research into the AI supply chain. That's the invisible choke point sitting behind every Nvidia and AMD headline. 3 companies most investors overlook, controlling the memory that makes the entire AI build-out physically possible. If this helped you understand a part of the AI supply chain that headlines usually skip, hit that like button. It helps future AI stocks reach more investors who want research, not hype. Drop a comment and tell me, of these 3, which one are you most interested in researching further? I read everyone, and if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. Hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell icon. I'm John AG. I'll see you in the next one.